Hi, if you're a Gemini born May 21st to June 20th, what can you expect for the month of April 2016? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, so a lot of you have been either sick or worried about someone sick, or gosh, and I've got some back problems. I can feel some pressure on your low back as I come into your energy. Here's the good news. I feel like finally you're like, and so they're showing me a finish line and you've crossed the finish line. It's like, but you've just like died, right? Died on the finish line. So the good news is you've made it. Whatever you've gone through, Gemini, I am so sorry. But what the old saying is what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So you are very strong. And the good news is the month of April, you're going to get a big influx of energy coming in that's really going to support you, get you back on your feet, get you more focused, more creative, and really have life serving you for a change. I really feel like everything that's going to be coming in here for April is to nurture you, to make you feel like $1,000,000 again. I mean, I finally feel like you might get the break you've been looking for. Okay, so let's look specifically at Gemini's relationships for those of you that are in a coupled relationship. So it starts out feeling, really kind of synergistic, a lot of synergies between you and your partner, a lot of positive things. Now, for those of you that have been at odds with each other, you may expect that to ramp up a little bit. We've got Mars actually going retrograde April 17th to June 29th. Mars is what they call it, the warring planet. And when it's retrograde, it's also the planet that moves us forward. And so when it's stationary, if you're stuck in the middle of an argument or things aren't going so well, what you want to do, there's an old saying that when Mars is retrograde, the first one to initiate is dead. So don't initiate a divorce, don't initiate, because why? Because if you initiate the divorce, you're the one who's likely to lose. You're not going to get as much. If you have to initiate a divorce, get your partner to do it, right? You want them to initiate. You don't want to go to war with anybody. I'm talking about countries, anybody who kind of initiates anything, even if it's initiating a new love affair. If you've met somebody, you don't want to initiate anything. This is the time when you want to observe, you want to gather information, gather all your bombshells, everything you want to do to, wow them, but wait until July, right? Because if you do anything April 17th to that June 29th, it's more than likely going to blow up in your face, or it's going to fizzle out. It's not going to work out. And if you're at war with your partner, your romantic partner, you want to call a truce. Do the best that you can. That would be a good time to try to get into a therapy, to redo, to reconnect. Just kind of like waiting out your time. If you still know you're done with the relationship, but you're not ready to blow it up, just be careful initiating anything during that time period. It's just not going to work out well for you. The good news is, if you're in a good relationship and you want to be in a good relationship, you'll be able to use that time to really increase your capacity to be able to focus on whatever each other needs. So be able to look and see what your needs are, what their needs are, so that you can both get your needs met. It will be a great time for you to be able to take some time together. It's really designed for you to kind of like look around and see what needs to be changed, what needs to be altered. It's a great time for, to think about things, to have conversation about things, to toy with planning or moving things, but without initiating them, okay? So it'd be a great time to say, if you are talking about getting divorced, if you are talking about getting separation, this is how we should do it. This is, what do you think? What do I think? Slow play it. If you're in love, slow play it, right? Have fun. For those of you that are coupled, really for this month, April, for Geminis, I really think that you want to listen to what feels good to your heart, right? And just practice being present to where that person is, your partner, right? So if you can just be present with your partner, I really feel like you're going to just get so happy and so joyful. And I really feel like you'll get reconnected to their heart and really remember who they are. And I feel like this month could go really well for you. And you may even find yourself, falling back in love again, even deeper for those of you that are already in love. And I also feel like there might be a chance to get away and run away from the day-to-day activities and from the things that, the routines that you're in or the ruts that you're in. So it's a great opportunity for your relationships to actually give them a boost. If that's what you want to do, if that's the direction you want to head, because you Geminis, you have that Jekyll and Hyde thing happening. So this is why we're looking at both sides of you. So don't be surprised if, the kind of the roar side of you shows up a little bit more the second 2 weeks of the month, just because there's just more energy coming in. So if you can just get present, that's what's going to help you to really unplug from that part of yourself that isn't as happy or as easy to get along with. Now, for those of you that are single and interested in romance, Geminis, let's see what April brings in for you. Well, early in the month, there's a lot of picking and choosing. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of people checking you out. And there may be somebody in your past that you're sort of thinking about, but that's not really stopping you from having fun. So it really feels like just kind of enjoy it. I feel like some of you too have been burned, like my whole back is hurting. And that generally has to do with being betrayed. But I also feel like this month there's a good month for you to get healed and a good month for you to feel better. But absolutely, romance is available for you if you want it this month, Geminis. There's a lot of opportunity to be seen and heard and to really socialize. So enjoy. Now, I will say that we also, one other retrograde, we have Mercury going retrograde April 28th to May 7th. But it's not a bad retrograde. It's actually good. It's retrograding in Taurus, but along with Jupiter and Pluto, so who are in Taurus as well at that time. So which means those are the planets of expansion and of abundance. So you can expect actually good things to come in, like a period of time when all of a sudden money seems to start to be coming in and opportunities for more jobs and things that seeds that you had planted over here that you completely forgot about or thought that wasn't going to work. All of a sudden they're showing up and you're getting money. So it's kind of like a little bit of a cuckoo surprise money coming in. Like what? Like what? You want to pay me for that? Or what? There's money coming in from this. It's a really interesting kind of fun time. So it's great. So enjoy that retrograde, the end of the month all the way to May 7th. So a solid 3 weeks of being able to capitalize on good money. Now, here's the other thing, as with all retrogrades, communication gets a little gnarly. So you want to still cross the T's and dot the I's, that sort of thing. But all in all, paying attention to the details, but having a great time. So let's look at your career and money, Gemini. There's something that you planted back in March that feels like it finally comes around. And that could have been something that you interviewed for. It could have been a bet that you placed that's finally paying off. And I don't literally mean a bet, although it could be a bet, but I mean just a hunch that you had. So it feels like there's some things that you did in the past that you're going to benefit from. It could have been a pitch that you made to a company and it's coming back around. It could be something that you asked for your boss for and now it's finally given to you. So it feels like something from your past that you asked for is being given to you, okay, or returned to you. So very good about that. There's also an opportunity, Gemini, for you to plant some new seeds and have them sprout immediately. So be aware there's some really fast-moving energy for you this first part of the month. Like I see whatever you put in grows right away. Whatever you put in grows right away. So be aware that you don't overdo it too, because you could have so much abundance coming in and be so busy at work that you could find that you're burning the candle at the both ends. So you want to be careful that you want to do that. But do enjoy yourself and keep planting those seeds, because I do feel like there's a lot of money that comes in and a lot of opportunity that comes in for you this month. I do feel like some stress or strain around my neck here. And that could be some of you have kind of put your neck out for some other people and said some things for some other people. I feel like this month you kind of get some relief back. So Maybe that didn't go so well. Maybe you recommended somebody and they blew it up and it came back to haunt you. I feel like you're going to get this situation rectified. So it may, those skeletons may come out of the closet to be dealt with. Just be honest, be upfront, be forthright, and it feels like if you are, it feels like everything kind of goes away very quickly. If you don't take responsibility or you try to make excuses, it feels like it's going to linger. So just be aware, if anybody comes at you with anything, look and see, notice your role, own it. The sooner you own it, the quicker it'll go away. Okay, and like I said, don't initiate any fights or arguments. April 17th to June 29th, which also means lawsuits, right? Even positive things. You don't want to initiate, you don't want to go ask your boss for, more responsibility or a bigger paycheck. It'll blow up in your face. Or you don't want to, it's not actually the best time to accept a new job, start something new, because generally they don't work out. All right. Or if you do, table it until, your last discussion until early July. Okay, so let's look now at your health for Geminis. So you really want to be patient, Geminis, with your health. You really want to, like my eyes are itching. So some of you could have allergies that you're dealing with. I do feel like there's proper diagnosis available for you. This is not the time to wait. Like, this is the time to initiate and get action for your health. And you also need to kind of pay attention exactly what it is. You are always, Geminis, your best advocate. And if you don't know what's going on with you, start making a list of symptoms, and then don't keep saying to yourself, I don't know what's going on. Instead, say to yourself, I'm curious what's going on with me, show me. I'm curious what's going on with me, show me. When we flip our brain, right, because our intellect sort of tells us what to look for. When we say, I don't know what's wrong, I don't know what's wrong, I don't know what's wrong, the universe can't really serve you and show you what's wrong. It's just like you're this, and even if they put it in front of you, you can't see it. So if you emotionally and mentally change, I'm curious what's wrong with me, I'd love to see what's wrong with me, I'm ready to know what's wrong with me, right? Then you're going to start to get some diagnoses or some things that come across, and when it comes across more than once, so when you get it 2 or 3 times, you see something in a book, and then you see it on the internet, and then you see it on TV, or your doctor says something to you, and sometimes the other signs are just random. You want to pay attention, because there's never really anything random. And when the universe speaks to us, it generally puts things in our path, and it does so multiple times. So pay attention if something is showing up multiple times. Now, the challenge with that is if you're somebody who's very fear-based and you're very scared, the universe also works in alignment with you. If you're terrified of getting something, all of a sudden, everything reads and looks like you have that, right? So just know yourself and let go and allow the proper diagnosis to come in. But you don't need to wait, Gemini, if you really feel like you're going to get your health situation worked out. Because I'm itching all over. Some of you guys have got, just allergic stuff happening. Some of you, it feels like sun poisoning, like you've been sunburnt, or just poisoning from plants, and my eyes are itching. So anyway, take care of yourselves. I feel like you can nip it in the bud right away and be done with it. So let's see if there's anything unexpected for you, Geminis. Yeah, so there may be somebody from your past that comes up and reconnects with you and actually apologizes, like somebody who really realized they did you wrong, or that it could even be that you didn't even know that they sabotaged you and it's been weighing heavily on their mind. So you may get some surprise, somebody coming to you and apologizing and appreciation for you. So be aware of that. And now you've been tipped off, so you don't have to faint or anything when they show up. All right, Geminis, you have an amazing month. I look forward to connecting with you again next month. And if you like my intuitive astrology, please click like and share it with your friends. Have a great month, everyone.